Hi grade 2s, welcome to your first lesson of music this term. Today we're going to be looking at a very classic tune that you all know and you've probably been singing since you were 3 years old. So it'll really come into your head and you'll have fun with this one. However, before we start, I just want you to make sure that you have a really good understanding of all the notes on the staff. So remember, our line notes are every good boy deserves Fanta or fudge. Our space notes, our face, and make sure you also know how to read your quarter notes and half notes. All right, so let's get straight into our piece and let's read our rhythm. So starting up, we have a few quarter notes, a minim. We have this squiggly line, which is a rest. So we have two rests. We have a pair of eighth notes. Then we have a lot of pair of eighth notes over here. So let's start off by reading the rhythm. So here is my beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Rest, ta. Let's try it one more time. 3, go. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Rest, ta. Let's go line number 2. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Rest, ti, ti. So notice how line number 1 and line number 2 are exactly the same, except that last note. Here it was ta and here it was ti, ti, okay? One very important thing is I've written only the melody line. So in the printout that you will get, you'll see both the melody and the harmony. So I've literally just taken all the melody lines and put them here just so it can fit. Otherwise, it'll be really big. But eventually I'll write both of them out and you'll need 2 different sheets. All right, so let's go line number 3. 3, go. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, 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 ah. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta, 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 ah, ta, 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 ah. Now let's try and play it. Let's try and hear how it sounds if we're singing it. So these are the first 3, 4 notes. All right, so let's try and sing along. Old Macdonald. 1, 2, 3, 4. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, rest. And on that farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O, rest. With a oink oink here and a oink oink there. Here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink, oink. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. All right, super simple. Now let's play on our recorder. So starting up, I want you to notice how we have a lot of things that are the same. So the first line, second line, and third line are exactly the same, except for those last notes. So in that fourth bar of the fourth line, so this is line number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In that fourth bar, we have a whole note. Whereas in the fourth bar of line number 2, we have a half note, a rest, and a pair of eighth notes. And in fourth bar of line number 1, we have the same as line number 2, a dotted minim, a rest, but instead of a pair of eighth notes, we have a quarter note. So we're going to use that repetition to our advantage. It's going to be really quick, okay? So let's start off. We have 3 G's and a D. Remember, anything underneath the line is called dangling D. Okay? So let's play this out. 1, 2, first bar, go. Simple as that. Again, 3, go. And remember, to hold your D, you have to cover these 6 holes. No pinky, just the 6 holes, okay? Now, let's go to bar number 2. We have first line, E, E, and then back to D, but for a half note. So let's play bar number 2. 3, go. Again, bar 2. Let's put bar 1 and bar 2 together. 3, go. Nice. It's coming along, huh? Let's go to bar number 3, starting with 2 B's and 2 A's. 3, go. Let's finish it off. G, rest. So G for 2 beats. G, rest. D. Okay? So let's take it from bar 3 to bar 4. 3, go. Rest. Again, bar 3, 4. 3, go. Rest. Let's do the whole of line number 1. 1, 2, 3, go. Rest. All right, good stuff. Let's go to line number 2. It's going to be exactly the same up until that rest, but when we get here, we're going to play T, T, Ds. We're going to play a D, but with a T, T rhythm, okay? So let's try and take it from line number 2. 3, go. Rest. Okay, so let's try. This is bar 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try bar number 7 to bar number 8. Just remembering playing D with a TT from bar number 7. 3, go. Rest. Okay, let's put line number 1 and line number 2 together. 1, 2, 3, go. Rest. Rest. Okay, good stuff. Let's go to line number 3. This is the only line that is different from line number 1, 2, and 3 in a very big way. Okay, so let's start off with bar number 9 right here. So we have 3 G's, exact same as bar number 1, line number 1 and line number 2. But instead of a normal D, we have a D with a TT rhythm, okay? So we're gonna go G, ta, 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 T, T, okay? So let's try playing that. 3, go. Again, 3, go. Let's go to bar number 10. Now we have G, 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 so ta, ta, ta. Let's play bar number 10. 3, go. Again. Let's put bar number 9 and bar number 10 together. 3, go. Now here, we need to pay very close attention so we don't mix up our quarter notes and our eighth notes, because we're going to have quite a few eighth notes coming along. So we're going to go T, T, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, ta. Okay, slowly. T, T, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, ta. All right, so those two are ta, ta. And the main advantage we have here is they're all the same note. It's just a G all along, just different rhythms. So let's try it from bar number 11. 3, go. Again, bar 11. Let's go to bar 12. 3, go. Let's put bar number 11 and bar 12 together. Let's go. Let's now put bar number 9 all the way up until bar number 12. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, let's try that a little bit quicker now. 3, go. Let's put line number 1 up until the end of line number 3. 3, go. Rest. Rest. Let's finish off with line number 4. Exact same thing as line number 1, except for that final bar. So let's take from bar 13 all the way up until bar 16. 3, go. Now, let's put the whole piece together. Make sure you have enough breath. 1, 2, 3, go. Rest. Rest. Alright, and just like that, that's Old Macdonald. Not too hard. Next week we're going to do our harmony line so that we can be able to play this with our friends and you can be able to play it with me as a duet. So make sure you master this and I will see you again next week.